Hi, this is Mr. Barr, and we are going to simplify some exponents. Let's get our notes ready to go. Simplify exponents. From yesterday's lesson, we know that anything to the 0 power is 1, and a negative exponent is a ticket to ride the math elevator. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Negative exponents ride the math elevator. Negative exponents ride the math elevator. That's from yesterday. We're going to add a couple of things. Actually, I think 3 or 4. Base add. X to the second times x to the fourth is x times x times x times x times x times x. Still have an fx's. There are 2 x's here. There are 4 x's there for a total of 6 x's, which would be x to the 6th. Base, add the exponents. 2 plus 4 equals 6. Power, multiply. X to the third squared. Well, that really means x to the third times x to the third. X to the third, which would be x, 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 x to the 6th power. 3 times 2 is 6. Power to a power, multiply. 3 times 2 equals 6. Our next one is more on top or bottom. How many more? This is actually exponent division. More on top or bottom? How many more? I have x to the third over x to the fifth. How many x's are on top? 3. How many x's are on the bottom? 5. Are there more on the top or the bottom? Bottom. How many more? 2. I need x squared on the bottom. And our final piece is, it's kind of a distribution, it's not distribution. Looks like distribution, but it's just fancy power to power. That square is going to multiply this square, and this square is going to multiply the cube. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. So how do I simplify an exponent? Well, I have all the basic tools. I have power, power, multiply, base, base, add, more on top or bottom. But here's a flow map. I usually start with power, power, multiply, or not distribution. Then I do base, base, adds. Then I use tickets. Then I expand it, and I do more on top or bottom. So let's put this flow map into our notes. So I would start with power, power, multiply, or not distribution, which are really the same thing. From there, go to a base, base, add. From there, use your tickets. From there, expand it. And then there, do your more on top or bottom. So power, power, multiply, or not distribution, it's the same thing. Base, base, add, use your tickets, expand it, more on the top or the bottom. And we'll do one example here. Let's do this. Let's start with that power, power, multiply. This is going to become x to the 6th Let's do a base, base, add. Well, here's a base times a base. Let's add those exponents. That's going to become x to the -8 plus 1. Let's use those tickets. X to the -7 is going to go to the top. Notice that the ticket is gone. At this point, I think I'd have to do another base, base, add. And there's no top or bottom. Everything's on the top. Let's try this one. Oh, is that the one we just did? We just did that one. Let's do this one. Oh, are they equivalent, equal? Well, follow through the flow map on both of them and determine if they are the same thing. Power, power, multiply, or not distribution. That's what I'm going to do first right here. So there's a 1 right there. So it's going to be x to the 2nd, y to the 4th. Over here, there's no power, power, there's no base, base, but there's a ticket. So let's bring that y up to the top. So I'm going to have x to the 3rd, y to the 4th, over x to the 1st. So I used up my tickets. I could expand it. Let's expand it out. This is going to be x, 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 y, 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 y over x. More on top or the bottom. Well, I've got x squared on top and y to the 4th on the bottom. And look, are these equivalent? Yes, they are equivalent. Equivalent meaning equal. So expand them both, or excuse me, simplify them both, and then see if they're equal. Thank you for watching.